Ohio. That's good morning in Japanese. And I welcome you to our Bible study today. We're going through the book of Galatians. By the way, I'm going to be announcing soon what book we go to. And we're going to have a different studio for that. They promised this new studio like since I was in high school. I have not seen it yet. So I'm getting after them and saying, please, when I start my next series, you said you want me in a different backdrop. So we hope that's done. Remember, just pass the word around to pastors, leaders, anyone you know, needing encouragement, fan the flame, leaders, pastors conference, workers conference, somebody feeling the call of God to the ministry, not knowing what to do. April 21 through the 23rd, 2023, here at the Brooklyn Tabernacle. You can go online, brooklyntabernacle.org, learn more about it, and come not only Friday and Saturday with sessions, teaching, music, worship, but I'm asking the pastors and leaders to try to plan to stay over and go to the 9 o'clock a.m. service or the 12 noon or both so that they can be ministered to. Some things, by the way, are better caught than taught. So just be in a different atmosphere. Our church is not anything special or the answer to anything, but it is good, a time to be encouraged, refreshed, hopefully, and then go home on Sunday afternoon, Sunday night. So we are in chapter 6 of Galatians, and we have read, brothers and sisters, if someone is caught in a sin, in other words, they committed something external, outward, not walking around looking to rebuke everyone because you think you see something wrong in them. I grew up for a little short time of my life around stuff like that, weird spirituality, really pride, spiritual pride, where, we should just have a big dose of humility, because we're not all that ourselves, are we? To be going around and person's done nothing outwardly, but you have people who are like, I see a spirit of jealousy in you. And I rebuke you for that. What'd I do? No. There's jealousy in you. And now I want to try to restore you. No, don't restore me. Restore yourself and get away from me. See, that would bring judgmentalism. We'd have a big rebuking conference in every church. Everybody rebuking everybody for what they perceive as a shortcoming. No, this is if someone is caught in a sin, you who live by the Spirit should restore that person gently. So we went over yesterday that the word restore there means like the mending of a bone. You don't amputate every time something breaks. You restore. And too many times the church has gotten a bad name as a self-righteous, legalistic, hard-hearted place where everyone thinks it's spiritual to just knock everybody over on the head and preach them into condemnation. No. Paul says now they need to be restored gently. Because remember, they're bodies. They're members of the body of Christ. They're everybody that he's talking about. They can sin. They can fall into a sin. But now they need to be restored. You don't get angry with them. You try to help them. Man, I skinned my knee. I fell and skinned my knee. What's wrong with you, knee? Doc, amputate this baby. No, we don't do that. No, we take extra good care, don't we? Paul is saying this is what Christ wants us to do in the church. We really need to meditate on this for a while. Notice, you that are spiritual. So in the older translations, it had just a small s. You that are spiritual. But it's obviously, as the NIV has it, those of you who live by the Spirit. He's been talking about that. flesh, spirit. So you who live by the Spirit are mature, guided by the Spirit. Remember, people try to prove. There's one expositor whose stuff I've enjoyed, his works I've enjoyed, but I never have been able to buy into his thought. Like, I don't want to hear there's two different brands of Christians. All Christians are the same. That's not true. There are Christians who are more guided, more mature, guided by the Spirit, more seasoned, more like Christ. Paul says in another letter, are you not carnal, to a church in Corinth? So here now Paul is saying the work of restoring a fallen brother or sister is not for anyone to do, but it's for those who can gently do it, who are guided and led and have wisdom from the Spirit, and they can bring the right touch, the Christ-like touch. Other people think coming in with an axe to knock trees down is the best way to solve problems. No. You that are spiritual, restore them gently. So tell me, if you ran into a problem and you were in a hole of your own making, how would you like to be treated? Oh, wait a minute. Here's better. You and I have all made mistakes, haven't we? We've fallen, we've sinned. How did Jesus treat us? No. Straight up. How did Jesus treat us? Did he come in there with some huge machinery to mow us down, knock us down, pulverize us? A compactor, so we're ending up like a little shred, like a shredder? That's a good one. Did Jesus shred you or did he restore you? So Paul is saying, given that, you that are spiritual, I wonder how many of us are qualified to do that. That we're sensitive and humble enough and gentle enough and have enough wisdom to get someone who's down and out. Now, obviously, they're repentant. If they were unrepentant, there would be a different handling of the case. And if you went to them and they said, get out of here, none of your business. I want to live like this. Yeah, I did get high, and I'm getting high again tonight. I'm abusing my body. Whatever. I'm sleeping around, none of your business. Then that is a different handling, which Matthew tells us about. And then you bring another brother and then bring it to the church. But this is not church discipline so much as someone who slipped and fell. And now what are we going to do? We who are spiritual, hopefully that's us, guided and led by the Spirit. Let's restore them gently. See you tomorrow.